Oh, you actually see it? What? I've just logged into my hardcore character. I was just gonna do a mission, just see how things go. You have a perfect triple god rolled rainbow there. And here you have exactly the same thing. In the clan vendor, there are 2 perfect rainbow pieces. I'm telling you right now, TU11 could not come faster. It's an absolute mess. And that at the bottom left, you have items in your mailbox. I can't do anything about it. I can't touch them until I've logged into my other character. I can't even fast travel there because I haven't unlocked it yet. This is going to be an absolute mess. Okay, and just to let you guys know, I'm not going to be branding this as a series anymore, because as soon as I changed the thumbnail, put the personal one on there, the views drastically dropped. You guys are watching the videos, but when it's linked to a series, obviously every series does it in the world. There's not a series that always has the same amount of viewers or picks up more. It's normally the first episode that gets the most. And just generally, without the branding of a series, these videos did much better. So I'm not going to bother branding it as a series anymore. That's out of the window because I want you guys to watch. And people always complain in the comments, oh, you're clickbaiting your videos. Oh, this is misleading. If I don't clickbait, you don't watch. There's no 2 ways about that. I don't know if it's YouTube notifications, if the topic's not interesting or anything like that, but it just seems as though clickbait isn't really a thing anymore. It's just the better you structure your title, the more views you're going to get. And people say you shouldn't do this for views. I'm 6.5 years into this as a career. I'm not saying I do this purposely for views. Obviously, views are amazing and views are how you get paid and everything. And that's part of the job. That's how you grow a business. You basically do everything you can to promote your own business, especially when you're self-employed. But I don't just do it for that. I do it because I'm a gamer, because you guys, and me included as a community, I want the best for us. So if I find bugs, I will complain about them. I'll do videos showcasing cheaters and stuff like I have with Fall Guys. And to be completely honest, it is my choice. If you don't like it, you don't need to watch and stick around. It's just what I have to do. Because I noticed the view drop, like, pretty much instantly. Going from... What was it? I believe I started branding it as a full-on series around maybe episode 4 was when I started. And then I got to episode 5, and that's where the thumbnail come along with it. And we went from, the first episode I saw hit 17k. I titled it A Completely New Experience, because even though there's nothing new in the game, it's a new experience for me as a player. So, like, the clickbait is a word that's used in a very broad manner nowadays, and is not actually clickbait as such. It's just... I mean, some people will always class it as clickbait, but it's just a well-structured title. You put something that's... It's not misleading at all, because you're still seeing that content in the video. It's hard to explain. Like, you wouldn't understand it unless you're a YouTuber. But I think clickbait is used well out of context nowadays. But as soon as, like, we got, like, around 17k views on the first one, and then part 2, I believe, hit like 6.7. And then part 3 actually got like 8.4. Part 4 got 9.8k. So it was going back up. And then part 5, when I started with the thumbnail and everything and actually branded it as a series, we dropped to like 3 point something. But part 6, we did part 6, and my God, it was dreadful. I lost motivation because I saw the views the first few videos we're getting, and then just to see that drastic decrease. See, and it's tough to open up about basically saying that, yeah, some of my titles, a lot of my titles, people will class it as clickbait, but I'm sorry, I'm not ever going to be able to please everyone. I understand that totally. But you've also got to understand, this is seen as a job. No matter how many people don't like that idea of YouTube being a job, it is. I get a paycheck the end of every month, around the 25th. I'm not going to disclose how much money I earn. But I get a paycheck at the end of the month. Every single month, it goes straight into my bank. And it puts food on my family's table. It helps pay my bills. It keeps my family fed. It puts clothes on our backs. Keeps a roof over our head. That is a job. You're earning money from doing something that is classed as a job. And I'm self-employed. I have taxes and stuff that I have to pay on my earnings now. It's a long process. So with any business in this world, when you're self-employed, you do everything to make that business boom. You have to. What is the point of starting up your own business if you're not going to do everything you can to make it thrive? I'm hoping that more of you understand that. I'm hoping it's a majority of you that understand. Because if it was as easy as titling your video something like... It's just the way YouTube works nowadays as well. Like, I'll explain that in a moment. But if it was something as simple as putting like hardcore playthrough part 7 or whatever, I would do it. I don't want to, like, personally, I don't want to use these titles, but I have no choice, because otherwise you guys won't watch. And I'm not saying that to pick on anyone and say that viewer base is terrible and the stuff that some people have said. Like, I've been watching a lot of videos and I've seen this woman, she sits there on live stream and goes, "Oh my god, how fucking dare you? You've been sat there watching me for an hour and you haven't subscribed. What do you think I'm doing? Doing this for free? No, you've got to pay me." And she doesn't get subscriptions on her Twitch and she starts kicking off. Like, that's like fucking out of order towards the viewers. I don't know if it's part of the algorithm or something, but I'm pretty sure it is. Ever since late 2018, YouTube have favoured titles and thumbnails. That's exactly what they've done. I know notifications are all over the place. Some topics might not be as interesting. Some people might not have the time to click on a video and check it out. There's a multitude of different factors. So I'm not saying you guys aren't watching me. I'm going to start clickbaiting. No, I've been doing these sorts of titles for a long time now. I'm just trying to kill this heavy. I've been doing them for a very, very long time, but it kind of goes to show that you need to do that if your videos are going to get viewed. If you look at, like, I'm going to say, a good 80 to 90% of big YouTubers, they've all got the sort of titles that I make. Sometimes my titles won't be as standout clickbaity as others, but I have to go through a process in my head of thinking of the best title to basically generate clicks. That is how YouTube works. I'm just going to carry on with this mission. I've played it really risky. I've not been paying attention at all. I've been focused on talking and explaining everything to you guys. And I hope you understand. I will continue this series. I am thoroughly enjoying playing hardcore. I'm dreading going over to New York because it's full of bugs. But I hope you understand why I'm not going to brand this as a series anymore. You'll know as soon as you get into the videos exactly when it is hardcore, because I'll do the usual intro. I've skipped it for this one because I was baffled by the clan vendor and the rainbows. But for future episodes, I will do the typical intro of, like, welcome back to the Division 2, or welcome back to our hardcore double hard keyboard warrior playthrough. That hurts my head every single time. I don't think that'll ever stop. See, and there's a fine line with clickbait. The difference between the clickbait and misleading, it's not fair for... If I was to title this video something like, "Oh, I cleared the Kena bug," or "How to fix the Kena bug," that's misleading, because that's not the content you will see in that video. But I personally, like, I've watched lots of YouTube videos myself. It's because of my anxiety. It's one of my, like, relaxation type things. I lay in bed and I fall asleep watching YouTube videos. That's just how me and my head work. And every single video I watch pretty much, it has the quote-unquote clickbait title to it. Because otherwise it's never going to get viewed. YouTube used to work, years ago, it used to work on views. The more traction your video would pick up, the more they would promote it for you. It doesn't work like that anymore. It hasn't done for years now. YouTube kind of... They screw a lot of creators over. They have done for years. You see channels, even nowadays, they've got like 1.8 million subscribers, and or like 1.5 million, we'll say, and the creators aren't even getting 100,000 views on a video. The typical percentage of views to how many subscribers you've got used to be around 5 to 10%. For me personally, on my channel, depending on the content I'm uploading, we'll use my Surgeon Simulator videos as an example. I thought they were like entertaining content, more funny, and just to mess around more than anything serious. And I was struggling to break 1%, like viewers. What would the ratio be? Like subscribers to views. I was struggling to crack like a 1%. And that's one thing that annoys me. I'm just going to talk everything honest from now to the end of the video. One thing that annoys me, I see channels, like there are several YouTube channels I've seen, and these people are not going up in subscribers at all. Like they've got like a big amount of subscribers that was very fucking close to dying on hardcore. They've got like a healthy amount of subscribers, but they're not increasing. And they don't change anything on their channel. They just keep doing the same stuff. Like this could also be seen as tips. I'm not going to title the video anything along the lines of tips, but you could also see this as tips because I'm kind of helping you guys out with understanding YouTube a little bit better. I'd like to say I'm experienced enough to do this because I've had my channel for over 6.5 years now. I started it back in February 2014. And I've pretty much been doing videos every single day. There was a couple of times where I took breaks. Like I've had 3 months off the platform and stuff. Just personal time, just chill, doing my own thing. But I've always come back. And I've uploaded pretty much every day. Like when I've been active on the channel and working on content, there will barely be a day where you don't see a video. But yeah, there are channels out there. I'm just trying to focus at the same time, apologies. But there are channels out there where you see these people, they start this topic and they get so into it, they don't think of the business side of YouTube, which is something you have to do if you want to take it to the next level. And these people are taking it as serious as a job, but they're not doing anything to take it to that next level. They simply upload the same content that gets them their standard amount of views. They never do anything like out of the box, like type of thing. It's hard to explain. I don't want to name anyone. Some of you might know one person I'm talking about when it comes to this, because I was like 18,000 subs behind someone that's in the Division 2 community, and I've now overtaken by 3k subs. Because I do different things. I like keeping the channel fresh. That's why sometimes you might see Division 2 videos every single day for a month or two. But then I will change it out and I'll start playing other games as well. But I don't want the content to get stale. And some games I play might not be the best. I've played several indie games that did not go down well. But that's just me as a gamer. I play all sorts of different games. I play the odd sports game. Like I used to play a lot of FIFA back in the day. Like a hell of a lot of FIFA. It's a tough situation. Like there's a lot of different factors and stuff involved. I still got to do the missile parts. That shows you how much I'm concentrating on talking. I've not even bothered with the objective. Okay, we're through to the final boss of Air and Space. It's not been too tough. There was one scare, but I'm not really bothered. If I lose my character, I lose my character. I'm only level 8. I can start again. It's been a couple of hours of playing. And we are done. We actually did it. Coming in here with a level 8 character, one below the requirement. I'm going to have to do some more stuff on the sides to level up a little bit, because from what I've just seen, Space Admin's our next one, and that's 5 levels above what we currently are, so I might have to throw in some of them side missions. But just quickly, whilst we are, like, this is pretty much going to wrap the video up now, but I just thought I'd continue to say that I'm not enjoying the Division 2 as much as I have done in the past at the moment, because there's nothing to do on this game. You can't deny that. Besides this hardcore, I pretty much have no motivation to play the game. This is the only thing that's keeping me coming back at the moment. We have State of the Game coming up very soon, and they're going to be talking about Rainbow Loot this week. Then next week is going to be about the Skyscraper mode. I've heard some things about Skyscraper. Apparently it's going to be 50 levels of just increasingly difficult enemies. I'm fully expecting nothing more than a fucking backpack trophy, if I'm completely honest. But I'm going to continue this hardcore, and this hardcore character will stay for as long as I have the motivation to do it, but I'm going to try and add other games to the channel as well. Just to play a few old games, just for the sake of going back to things that actually work, because 2020 as a whole, pretty much, like most of it at least in terms of gaming, has been an absolute shambles. It's pretty much been the year of the remasters, in my personal opinion. We don't have too much new stuff, so what I will do is just come up with creative titles. They're not misleading. They might be even strong, like clickbait in your personal opinion, but I will never ever make misleading content. What you see in the title, in some way, shape or form, will be what you see in the video. I'm not going to go, oh, here's tips for, I don't know, let's say, how to earn the fastest XP in the world, get 50 million per mission, or something like that, and then you're realistically just seeing, oh, you can get 12k per side mission on your hardcore character. That's misleading, because it's basically a lie. It's just straight up bullshit. I'm not going to do that in the titles, but they will be structured along the terms of what people would say nowadays as being clickbait, but that's just, it's how it has to be. That's how the algorithms like feed, or like, I don't even know if it is directly related to algorithms, but that's how people pick up on the videos. If they have a strong title, they have a standout thumbnail. And my videos at the moment, besides the hardcore ones and Surgeon Sim and a couple of others, have been performing well. And we always want the up. You want to keep going upwards. You never ever want to go down, because that's when it starts to go to shit. So I am pushing for, like, some of you might not like the idea, you might hate me as a creator, whatever. I am pushing for 1 million subscribers. That is my lifetime goal for this channel. I'm obviously nowhere near, still got like 948k, or like 947,000 roughly to go. Obviously as well, 100k is much, much sooner, but that is my plan. I set myself a challenge, and I don't like being defeated. So one day I do hope to have 1 million subs on the channel, and I would like those of you watching this video to be a part of it. So I really do hope you understand my thought process and everything. Like, it's hard to explain in a lot of situations, because it's just how YouTube works. There's no other way of putting it. If you go and look through your home feed or your subscriptions tab or something like that, I guarantee if you are a gamer, like you watch a lot of gaming content, I guarantee like some titles at least, I'm going to say at least around 50 to 60% nowadays will have titles structured around, like, how would I word it? Like, the strongest possible title. The one that the creator has thought will generate the most amount of views. Because that's what this is. It's competition, it's a job. You have to do everything you can. Otherwise, what is the point? If you're going to do a job, do it properly, or don't bother doing it. That's exactly how I see things. But on that note, before this ends up being the length of a fucking film, I'm going to end the video there. I'm trying my hardest to steer clear of the negative stuff. That's why I'm doing hardcore. I am still having rants here and there, but I'm trying to cut them out. I can't be bothered with them, because it's just the same shit, and eventually it gets boring. This game is one big turd that has been polished and glitter thrown on it, and no matter how shiny they make it, at the end of the day, it's still a shit. Like, there's no other way to put it. This game lacks in content. It's never going to make the comeback Division 1 did. Never, ever in a million years. Because they've lost some of their best talent they had behind it. And not only that, like, more developers are disappearing, whether they're community-based or actually working on the game. They're disappearing without a word said. So after all of that, let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I will see you in the next video when we should be taking down side missions, because I can't think of anything else to do besides that and projects and stuff. Like, we'll mix a few different things in there to try and boost up our XP a little bit so that we can progress and get the next main mission done for the game. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, I hope you understand me too. Thank you for watching.